Hi guys, so I'm really excited for Christmas as I've got my Christmas slipper socks on. I'm going to do the Q&A for some of the questions that you sent me, and also I'm going to repot my plant into this massive pot. So it will also be a how-to video. It's a fatsia, but it's a Japanese one. So before I answer any questions, I'm going to lay out this black bin liner because I don't trust myself with moving the soil. And the first question that I'm going to answer was, what's up, Maya? And not much, just replanting my pot. I guess I could take that as a what's new, and I'm trying to travel a bit more, so I'm trying to plan out for when I graduate in August from uni, and my aim is to be able to do freelance filmmaking and photography and writing when I graduate, as well as being able to travel, which is quite ambitious, but in this world, in this day and age, I think it's possible, and I'm really going to strive hard for it. And that's sort of where I'm moving my vlogging and my Instagram, to try to incorporate some elements of travel, as well as my personality, positivity, and a little bit of fashion still. For the first bit of my plant potting, I am going to put pebbles in the bottom because there's no drainage available at the bottom. So my next question is, what's my biggest fears? So I would say my biggest fears would have to be, it's going to get really deep really fast now. My biggest fears would be being alone or pushing people away that I care about, which is something that I have a habit of doing, and means that I end up being lonely, which makes no sense. And I don't know if it's because of bad past relationships or being so independent that I almost feel like I don't need anyone, which then makes it feel like I'm pushing everyone away, which makes zero sense to me. Another fear I have is probably failure. So as I was saying, failing, just because I always feel like I want to put my best into it, and if I fail after thinking I was going to do well, or thinking I had finally got the knack of it, frustrates me more than anything. I don't necessarily say it's a fear as such, but I guess my one fear is failing to be the person I want to be, so failing to be happy and failing to fulfill my desires and my passion. It probably would have helped if I had the mic pointing at me that whole time, but I have multiple fears, and I have a fear that I will become a negative person, which is not the person I am, and I've had this fear a couple years ago and this year, because there's been a lot that happened and has happened that are good and bad, but I seem to be focusing too much on the negative and not the positive recently, and it frustrates me because I'm very much a positive person, and those that have known me for long enough know that I always try to push my positivity onto other people and into the things that I do. So it would really frustrate me if I became one of those Debbie Downer people that was always just like, oh, I hate life. You don't want to drain the life out of people. You want to radiate energy, positivity, and self-love, and basically everything positive, so then those around you can feel the same. So back to plant stuff. I am now going to pour in my multi-purpose compost. Sorry if you can hear The Office in the background, my brother is watching it. I actually love The Office. I love the US one. Nothing against the UK one, just our comedy is completely different. Laughing at other people's pain and awkwardness, which is sort of what the UK is about. We find it hilarious
in awkward situations, which then means that when it's translated to the US, it doesn't, especially the first season, it tries to take the UK comedy and put it into that scenario, and it just doesn't follow through in the same way. I'm going to cut open, this is going to go everywhere. Cut open this bag. Oh. Okay, while I'm doing this, I'm going to answer another question. My next question is, which are the 3 main things you value in life? These questions are getting very deep. 3 main things I value in life. Those I care about. I am someone that if I have a friend or family member who is close to me, I put my all in to make sure that they're okay. And that sometimes is probably not the best thing, because it means that if it doesn't work out with friends or they don't reciprocate, I get quite hurt by it. Not that I expect exactly the same thing but if I'm there for someone, I want them to still be able to be there for me, and often I don't need that help. As I said before, I'm quite independent, but having someone who's there for me is like a bonus. So I've lost quite a few friendships because I don't feel like they value the friendship the same as I value the friendship. I need to move away from these deep questions. Okay, I'm going to pour this soil in and then I'll say the other 2. Okay, it's not going well. Okay, my health and well-being. This year I've tried to focus on me a bit more, but a lot of times I focus on other people and trying to make sure other people are okay. Realised that this has been a Dutch angle the whole time, but it's fine. Focusing on myself a bit more to make sure that my mental health and well-being is okay. Because of the fact that I push people away and I try to be independent, try to deal with things all by myself and not talk to people about it. Not recommended. I end up having to make sure that I am okay. So that was 2 out of 3. My third main thing I value in my life is third main thing I value in my life. I guess the chances I've been given. I'm very grateful for the fact that I have people around me that support me, and I have the means to be able to follow the dreams and desires that I have. There are some things that obviously I'm not doing at the minute, but I have the availability to be able to do if I wanted to. And having a family that support me and would love me no matter what. Same with my boyfriend being there for me, and having the means to be able to afford to go to a film school that is following a passion that I've had, and I still have, obviously. I'm very grateful for that, and that's something that not everyone has the chance of having. So I'm just trying to break up the compost now, for any bits that I didn't get to break up in the bag. I'm going to try to remove my plant from this pot. My next question is, do you prefer your afro or braided hair? I would say I don't have a preference as to whether I prefer my braided hair or my afro. The one thing is, actually no, that's a lie. I love my braids because of the fact that I look older and I feel like sassy every time that I have it. But there's something about having my afro that I feel natural and I feel like I'm being true to myself, and it makes me stand out for a natural thing, which is really weird. My braids make me stand out, but my afro is something that a lot of people comment on, and it's something that I want to embrace more, because I feel like there's a lot of women out there that have beautiful hair and sometimes don't show off the afro or choose not to have an afro, and that's absolutely fine. But I feel like we need more people in the world who are on social media like I am. I don't have a massive following at all, but I think that sharing pictures of women with afros, no matter what age, means that it's encouraging younger girls to also feel like it's okay to have natural hair. So yeah, I appreciate the afro, I appreciate no makeup, and I appreciate the no bra. Who cares about a bit of nipple? But I don't think, for someone who's got small boobs as well, for me, I don't see it as an issue, but I can understand that some people see it as a big thing to see a woman's nipples. And of course, in different countries and cultures, it's different beliefs of what should and shouldn't be seen. But in the Western society, it shouldn't be made such a big deal out of. And I don't think it is so much anymore, but that's something that I believe is not an issue. So I'm going to try to take this plant out. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. I should probably make the soil a bit damper so it's a bit easier. Obviously not too damp, but just to make it a little bit easier to take it out. Oh, I don't really trust this at all. Oh, yay! Lovely. I'm just breaking off some of the soil at the bottom. It's releasing the stench that is not nice. I wonder if that's actually the plant, or is it the soil? Maybe they put some stuff in the soil. Okay, so, that's vile. Okay, so I'm gonna put this into my pot. Sorry about the music in the background, that's my brother. I have put the plant in. I'm just gonna fill more soil into this pot, just around the plant, to make sure that it's completely covered. I definitely want to get more houseplants, can't I? I love my little ivy in the corner by my bed, and I love this plant. It just makes me feel like it's purifying the air without me doing anything, or without me having to use my Dyson fan, which is behind. I love the Dyson fans, obviously, and they're so expensive. They do a good job. It's more, I don't like how much it dries out the air in my room. Okay, I think I am as good as it's gonna get. I'm just gonna try and water my plant, just so that then the soil around its soil is damp, so that then it's getting enough water. But okay, so sorry, back to the Q&A as well. Next question, what's my favourite outfit? I love wearing my dungarees, which you would have, if you are new to my channel, you wouldn't have seen. If you saw my redecorating video, vlog, whatever it's called, then you would have seen that I love wearing dungarees, and I wore them like 2 days in a row, I think, 2 or 3 days in a row. I'm probably putting a little bit too much water in here, but there's so much soil, who's to know? And Fuchsia thrives off of damp soil, so you know what, 3 bottles worth is enough. There's so much soil in here. But the only way I can get away with pouring enough water in it is because I've got the pebbles at the bottom. You can also use sand to maintain the moisture, but I find that pebbles allow it to sort of drain out, and if the roots still need it, they can still soak it up, instead of being literally sat in water, which isn't good for the plant, and it doesn't grow as fast because of it. So my plant is done. My favourite outfit would be my dungarees. Any dungarees that I wear are from Lucy and Yak. I'm not sponsored. They are just the most comfortable things. They're organic, they're handmade, and they have come out with some amazing stuff that is recyclable and vegan and blah blah blah, like all the bells and whistles recently. So yeah, it's a brand that I trust and a brand that I really like. I message them often or tag them often, and they often reply, which is something that I think some of the bigger brands miss out on and try to regenerate that again. But I feel like Lucy and Yak are sort of my home brand that I feel a connection to. So I definitely recommend you checking them out. I'll leave a link in the description for their website. They've got some fantastic stylish stuff coming out recently that I need to invest in soon. So that's all my Q&As. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments or message me, and I will aim to answer them. And I hope this has sort of helped you get to know me a bit more, and also helped you repot your home plant. And if you liked this video, please like, and if you want to see more from me, subscribe. I'm aiming to post once every week on a Friday, if not a Saturday, but I am trying to explore a bit more in terms of staying positive and becoming a bit of a minimalist, but it's not going great so far. But yeah, stay tuned if you want to find out more about me and want to see my adventures on a budget and being ambitious.